the night before our first night of classes starting this semester. So here's everything I'm doing to kind of get myself in a good place in the morning. Little things that I do the night before classes to help me with my morning, because I do wake up early to prioritize the gym. So first of all, I always start with setting my clothes out. It seems so silly. I have what I'm gonna wear to class tomorrow and then what I'm gonna wear for the gym in the morning. Super freaking helpful. That saves me so much time in the morning, not having to think about what I'm gonna wear and what I'm gonna put on. Number two is I always make sure that my house is clean the night before. Nothing will drive me more nuts than having a dirty house. Another thing that's really important that you should always be doing is plugging in your electronics. I always look at my schedule the night before to know exactly what classes I have tomorrow, and we'll look over material if needed. But since tomorrow's the first day, I briefly looked over material and I think we're like pretty good to go on that. Remember how I said that I like a clean house? I mean that in every single freaking room. I also have a very strict cutoff time of 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock is the time like I'm in bed, I'm eating my last meal, I'm decompressing. I will no longer look at schoolwork past like 5:30, 6 o'clock, and just kind of some like wind down time. So I'm gonna do all that and then I'll see you guys in the morning. Morning. Going to the gym. Maybe. I'm gonna hit some shoulders. I just finished at the gym. I was gonna try to record stuff. I didn't because I kind of just did a whatever I want workout. I focused on some of the movements that I went through in Tampa, and I just had a little bit of fun. I did like about a 45-minute lift. I did fasted cardio this morning for 20 minutes. I do that every morning. It's just part of my routine. I like it. I like the morning movement. I don't get my heart rate up super high, but I do move, which makes me feel good in the morning. It's about 7:15, so this is a lot later than I would be coming home. Not a lot. It's like an hour later than I would be coming home from the gym last semester, and I think I'm gonna have more days like this, which will be nice for my sleep schedule, not nice for my lifting schedule, because I feel like the gym does tend to get busy around like 6:45, 7 o'clock, which I'm just not a huge fan of. I have class at 9, so I have about like an hour change to get my life together before I have class, and that's pretty much it. Okay, we're ready, dressed. This is what I decided to wear. I did switch it up from what I picked out last night. It's just very basic, very comfy. It's like rainy, gross out. I want it to be comfy. And we're off to start our first day of classes. Let's go. So I just got back from class and I changed. I threw on a t-shirt just to like get comfy. This is my lunch. It's shrimp, rice, cottage cheese, and egg, and some Brussels sprouts. I'm gonna eat this. I have class again in an hour. I have 3 more lectures, the dean's meeting, and then we're done for the day. I'm gonna feast on this. Classes were not that bad this morning, actually, at all. No, they weren't. I had a lot more Brussels sprouts on this plate, but I was eating them. Today is like kind of a short break, so we have only an hour from when our one class ended, our break, to when we have to be back for class. So normally I would use this time to like review the material that we went over in the morning and review the material that I'm going into class to learn. But since we only have an hour, I'm just eating. And I'm taking a second and I'm watching some YouTube. First day of classes complete. I have so much to do. So it is 5 o'clock now. I am doing everything I need to do to prep for labs today. Do my like pre-lab assessments while I'm walking and try to just get my life together and then eat dinner. Set out my clothes for tomorrow. I always try to wind down by 6:30. So that means I have an hour and a half to get through this. Let's see if I can do it. Been in labs all morning. I have a break now and then I'm going back. For labs in a little bit. I'll be in until like 4:30. I started my new training program this morning and it took me like 2 hours to get used to a new program and warming up, and it definitely won't take that long as I continue to do it. Labs didn't start till 10, so I'm able to sleep in until, what time did I sleep? Like 4:45, 5 o'clock. I have a pre-made meal that I'm gonna bring with me back for in between my next 2 labs. in case I get hungry, just to have. And I'm probably gonna go eat something now because all I've had is pre-workout, post-workout, then I went to labs. I've spawned back into my house. I'm currently cooking ground beef, but I had a pre-made meal that I prepped yesterday and I just stuck it in my fridge. So I literally got home, I changed out of my lab stuff, I heated that up, I started cooking the ground beef, let my dogs out, and now I'm gonna sit down and do some work. And like, I'll show you after long days like this, what I will do is I'm going to sit here and take a minute, eat, and then I'm gonna look over everything that I had today, review that material, and kind of set myself up for tomorrow. And I'm gonna eat this gorgeous meal. It is rice, Brussels sprouts. What else do I have in here? Shrimp, turkey, cottage cheese. Probably walk on my walking pad after eating this and study a little bit more. I literally just have my ground beef cooking there because I can multitask by doing that. I know I need that for a later meal. So I just put it on the stove. It's cooking. I'm not super worried about it. Okay, it's obviously early in the morning. It's a new day. Today I started working with my coach, so I got updated meals. We didn't have our like review until 9 o'clock today, but I'm trying to get a head start on it because I saw it, so I figured I might as well do it. So I'm sitting here eating my Z bowl of pre-workout, and I watch C-Bomb every morning, or at least I try to. I just feel like he's very grounded, and I feel like he has a different perspective on a lot of things bodybuilding that I like to listen to. So one day I hope to have the platform that someone like this has to be able to impact people the way that they impact me, and that's like super sick. So just a total side note, but anyway, all right, I'm gonna go to the gym. Okay, we've made it to Thursday. I finished all my labs for the day. I'm taking the puppers out on a walk because I just needed to be outside, like take a minute before I go back home and start studying again. So far so good. I spoke with my coach this morning and we went over like everything. My meals are gonna work, and training, and just like onboarding things. I'm very used to eating 6 meals a day, so I think that is gonna be an adjustment, but today was the longest period of time in which I had between meals in a really long time. So I ate my post-workout at like 9 o'clock, and I just ate my next meal at 2:30 because I was in labs. So that's just kind of how today went. I don't know how other days are gonna go, but I'm gonna finish this walk and then we're gonna study a lot. Guys, I've been studying forever, in case you couldn't tell, but I made pasta with chickpea pasta. I look deceased. This shit is so good. Okay, I just got home from lab. I changed. I'm eating my pre-workout meal right now because I'm gonna try to lift in between lab and lecture, which is diabolical. So let's see how this goes. Happy fucking Saturday. I have my pre-workout meal here and my coffee. Doing the same thing I do every day. I'm gonna go to the gym and then we're gonna have a little chit chat. We're gonna have a little conversation about how this week went being back in school. That was the hardest leg day of my life. Eggs, chicken, honey, bagel, cream cheese, banana. That's it. I'm studying anatomy right now, and it was sunny when I started. First of all, can you guys see that?
It's okay, buddy.
Look at it. So it is Sunday, and I'm gonna give a recap of how the first week of school went. First of all, let's talk about it. I crashed my car. I don't know if I popped 2 tires on my car. I'm attempting to not screw up my sleep schedule, and if I do not have to be waking up at 3 a.m. like I did last semester, I don't want to. I think that's really extreme if I don't have to. Now, there are some days that I am going to have to. On Friday, I had a break between lab and lecture. so I decided to put my workout in there. I'm gonna try to lift in between lab and lecture, which is diabolical, so let's see how this goes. I drove through a pothole and popped 2 of my tires. That sent me into a bit of a spiral, fully crashed out. That's why you guys saw nothing else from that day, because it was a rough one. Outside of that little predicament, this week actually hasn't been that bad. Getting back in a routine hasn't been that bad. If you're someone that wants to go to vet school, this is very realistic of pretty much all you do is go to class and study. You have very minimal time to do things outside of that. You should still be a person, but it does get challenging at times. That's why personally, bodybuilding is the thing that allows me to keep like a personality outside of vet school. And I know I've talked about this on here. Bodybuilding, the gym, is more than just a hobby to me, so that's why I'm able to prioritize it. But just know that if you are someone that wants to pursue vet school, this is what a lot of your days are going to look like, and it just continuously gets more challenging as you further progress into the program. On another note, I started with my coach this week, which I feel like a huge weight is lifted off my shoulders. Just being back in a program with someone to check in with soothes my brain. I now have a step count to meet every single day. I have water intake to meet every single day. My macros per meal are planned out, so I'm learning how to adjust based on what he puts in there. My check-ins will be on Wednesdays, which is the perfect day, right in the middle of the week. That sounded sarcastic, it wasn't. Feel like because I've tracked macros and had a step goal for myself, and I already had parameters in place prior to starting with this coach, that I was hitting those things. No, that hasn't been too challenging of an adjustment, but it's only the first week. So once these things are implemented, I'll get feedback next week and we'll go from there. I will be flying to Quentin's show this upcoming weekend, so we're gonna see how that's gonna go with school. If you are curious about vet school or bodybuilding and how I balance that, and you want more insight on how I prepare my meals or my study habits, things like that, let me know, because I want to share it. But I hope you guys enjoyed my first week. It was very chaotic, but that was the reality of it. And if you enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe, let me know. We will see you guys next time, right?